Yo, welcome back to a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an absolute banger Fury video for you today. One that I've had in the works for a very long time, but now more than ever, especially after the spoilers for Black Clover chapter 287, I believe now more than ever is the perfect time to make this video. For the record, I've mentioned parts of this Fury throughout like almost so many videos, like for example the Yami dying video, Asta's new power video, Asta's a devil video. Every single one of these videos has referenced this Fury, and it is now all going to cultivate into this one legendary Fury that I believe after the events of last chapter, it's impossible for it to not come true. But before we jump into that and before we talk about that, guys, I do just want to start this video here. Yo! We're now less than 40 subscribers away from 14,000, guys. Thank you all so much for all your support. We're doing a massive giveaway at 15,000 subscribers. So go tell your uncle, go tell your grandmother, go tell your girlfriend to watch SGSAMI. He makes the best videos. I'm joking. I make some of the worst videos. But now, jokes aside, thank you guys all so much for all your support. As always, guys, Black Clover chapter 287 comes out tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. I hope every single one of you are here in tomorrow's live stream. A lot of you don't know the exact time. It's around 7 p.m. GMT, British Standard Time. So be sure to just Google 7 p.m. GMT and you'll easily be able to find when the video releases. With that being said, let's just jump straight into this absolutely banger Fury video. Alright, jumping straight into it. What do I mean by the title of this video? Asta, the Guardian of the Underworld. As cool as the title sounds, there is a reason for this. So let's start from the basics. Let's start with the basics. Let's start with what we know. What we know is that there are 10 cliff-off level devils. 2 in the first tree that have already come out, Lilith and Nahama, that are now, after the events of chapter 287, are about to start fighting Asta. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get it in 288. But anyway, Lilith and Nahama are in the top tree. We know that Megikula is not part of the bottom 3. So Megikula is another one across the tree. We know Xenon's devil, we know Lucifero, and now we've been introduced to Lucifugus, another member of the tree. We do know one of the last devils alongside Lucifero and Xenon's devil is the devil of time. So yo, that motherfucker is going to be super fucking OP, and I personally think that devil is with Morris. Morris, with the abilities of a devil host and the knowledge she got from Lolopichika, was able to speed up the process of the cliff-off tree. And if you're speeding up the process of something that is supposed to take 3 days, then kind of makes you think that it's time related. I originally thought the devil possessing Morris is going to be time related, and now that we know the last devil on the tree is a motherfucking time devil who wants to escape as fast as possible, I believe the time devil is possessing Morris. Now what's interesting here is Lucifero is the problem. Noct claims if the last devil Lucifero comes out, then this world will end as we know it. Lucifero is the problem. Lucifero is the issue, and Lucifero is this world-ending devil that if the final seal is released, is going to destroy the fucking earth. Now, obviously, spoilers alert, it's not gonna happen. Like, I don't know if this is spoilers, like spoilers alert, like the world's not gonna end. The Black Clover manga isn't gonna end with just everybody dying. That's gonna be such a weird ending to a manga. Can you imagine it's the last chapter, bang, Lucifero comes out, just everybody dead. We've been following Asta, and their adventure to become the Wizard King for like the last almost 300 chapters, and then chapter 310 happens, bang, Yukitabara Black Clover manga end. Everybody just fucking dies, the devil wins. It's just not gonna happen. Like, I don't like, that's not how you write a story, So at the end of the day, Asta is going to become the Wizard King one way, shape, or form. Yuno is most likely also going to become the Wizard King in one way, shape, or form. So what happens? How do we end this arc? Now, obviously, the number one scenario is Asta defeats the Twin Devils with the help of the squad. Asta goes and defeats the Dark Triad, and they stop Morris as soon as possible. Morris just opened the gate, and another gate is most likely going to open up very, very, very soon, as the major players have just arrived onto the battlefield. For example, Noel and the Heart Kingdom have arrived, and now Asta and the Black Bulls have arrived. We're still waiting for the Diamond Kingdom to arrive, like, hello, or the Diamond Kingdom. We're probably also going to be waiting for the witches to arrive, because, I mean, the Witch Queen clearly doesn't want her people to die. I mean, the Witch Queen has been alive for like centuries. She clearly doesn't want to die when Lucifero comes out. You know, that is a world-ending spell. So most likely we're waiting for other people to enter, which means Morris is most likely going to open up another gate. Now, the big theory is that the next gate is Megukula, and a lot of people believe, including myself, that is most likely going to be the final gate. Now, what happens after this? Let's say Lilith and Nahama are defeated, Megukula is defeated, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Cliff-Off Devils alive, and they are in the Underworld. And the seal to the Underworld, let's say, stops opening, but they are still trapped in the Underworld, and they still have the ability to manipulate humans. A lot of people have been predicting that the Dark Triad are being manipulated, and even if the Dark Triad are not being manipulated, what stops Lucifero going to the next moron, let's just say Seke Bronzaza, and be like, hey buddy, do you want unlimited power? All you have to do is just capture these people, open up the gate of the Underworld, I'll lend you my powers. This arc is in a cycle of repeating. Shoutouts to Game of Thrones, but Daenerys Targaryen said that the wheel just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. In 100 years from now, when the next era of dark magic and world tree magic come alive, there is nothing stopping them from opening the gate of the Underworld again. And we know these devils like to play the long game. Zagreid waited 400 years to make sure every motherfucker who could have stopped them is dead, and nobody knows about Zagreid's existence. It was sheer will of miracle that Lumiere and Licht came back after 500 years and defeated Zagreid. So these devils don't have a problem with waiting. These devils don't have an issue with waiting another 100 or so years in an era where anti-magic doesn't exist. So this is where it comes to my theory. The gate of the Underworld is this magical gate that cannot be opened, cannot be passed through. We know from chapter 287, Lilith and Nahama were able to destroy something that does not exist. It simply doesn't exist. The Shadow Realm Noct sent them to, but they were still able to break out of it. Rax the Hero mentioned, whatever the gate of the Underworld is, these devils are not able to break out of it no matter how strong they are. So shoutouts to Rax, you most likely have a theory on what the gate is, but there is one thing about this gate. Liebe was able to pass through the gate because he has no magic. Another person who has no magic is Asta. And this is where it comes to my theory. Asta, the guardian of the Underworld. I believe after this arc, after the major players, including Morris, are defeated, the only way truly for this arc to finish is if Asta and Liebe enter the Underworld and put a stop to Lucifero. Now, obviously, Asta is just not strong enough to be able to defeat every single devil in the Underworld and to finally become the new king of the Underworld with Liebe. But after Black Clover chapter 287, it's now been officially confirmed that a devil user can have more than one devil at a time. which means if Asta does enter the underworld, just like in the Clover Kingdom where there are people upset about the hierarchy and the rule of power, there are going to be people not happy that Lucifero is the leader of the underworld, which leads me to believe that Asta is going to get the help of these devils and to finally put an end to Lucifero. Now, there is another reason why I believe this theory is going to happen, and that is because of Liebe. From what we know of Liebe, Liebe is apparently the lowest of the lowest ranking devils. He's so low, he doesn't even have magic. But there is one problem. After being introduced to low-ranking devils and the mid-ranking devils we saw locked elite, the mid and low-ranking devils do not look like humans. They look like animals. That one fucking guy looks like straight out of my nightmare. That girl on the left is some hentai monster. The one on the right looks straight out of Seven Deadly Sins. And the center one, I don't even know what the fuck creature that is. But the cliff-off level devils and the higher ranking devils, for example, Zagred, all look human. They have human features. And if we look at Liebe, Liebe also has human features. Motherfucker has hair. He literally has hair. He has ears. He has human features. We look at Lilith and Nahama. Although they are devils, they once again have human features. So there is an exact issue that Liebe has all of these human features of a cliff-off level devil, or at least a high-ranking devil, but was classed as the lowest ranking of them all. Once we go into this Underworld arc, I believe we are going to dive deep into Liebe's backstory. We're most likely going to get Liebe's official name, which a lot of people are speculating is the Devil Astaroth, or he is the son of the Devil Astaroth. But I believe in the Underworld arc, we are going to get Liebe's official backstory on why he has no magic, because at the end of the day, everybody should have magic, but like Asta, he doesn't. I believe Asta and Liebe are going to go into the Underworld and finally put an end to this cycle from repeating, because unless Lucifero is defeated in 100, 200, 300 years time, in an era with no anti-magic, the world is going to be destroyed. What do you think about the theory that the next arc in Black Clover is going to be the Underworld, a continuation of this arc? I think it's going to be super fucking cool, and I think Asta is going to be trapped in there for a very long time. I believe time is going to flow differently in there, so while it might be just a few hours in the real world, Asta might have been trapped in the Underworld for hundreds of years. And since Asta does not age, I believe Asta is going to come out as some evil, psycho, badass motherfucker. Asta, the Guardian of the Underworld. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Do you think an Underworld arc is going to happen? What do you think about this arc just constantly repeating if Lucifero is not defeated? Lucifero is obviously not going to escape, because if he does, the world would end and he would just have unlimited power. So the only way this arc ends is for Asta to enter the Underworld. And since Liebe already escaped, he should know how to get back in. And since he wants revenge, this is the best way forward. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I would honestly love to hear your theories. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.